In the Know is bringing you up close and personal with all of the Beltway's movers and shakers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Latoya Foster with you. Today is no exception to the rule. Yes, our guest loves puppies, but he has a clear vision for how to enhance the lives of Americans and Marylanders and a true passion for the people. Maryland's Lieutenant Governor Michael Steele. Lieutenant Governor Steele, how are you?
Nice to see you. Welcome to the bus.
We are on the Steele bus. How about that?
That's right. Wheels for change.
Wheels for change. I love it. I love it. You're looking great. Campaign hasn't taken a toll on you?
Feeling good. No, feeling great. Having a good time and just celebrating the opportunity to become a U.S. Senator, you know. Get out there every day and work hard.
You know, as a matter of fact, Governor Ehrlich had an opportunity to visit with him recently. He says to call you Senator Steele.
That's right.
So that's the joke up there in Annapolis.
We go from LG to Senator. I like that.
How about that?
That's good.
Poppy's concept, where did it come from?
Well, it's kind of evolved. We were just sitting around and the idea, you know, talking about, okay, what's going to happen next in the campaign? What do we expect from our opponents? And you know, we were joking about the fact that they'll call you everything but a child of God. They'll even say you hate puppies. And boom, there it was.
There it was.
And so next thing I know, it was part of the commercial.
How cute. Well, it has a lasting effect on people,
that's
for sure.
It does. People ask me, how's the puppy? The puppy's doing fine. Although the puppy I hear
is that your puppy?
No, it's not my puppy, but he's got an agent. So, you know.
Oh, he's going on to other things now.
He's down Hollywood, so. You know, if you see a puppy out there with sunglasses on, you know what's
up. That was your puppy. That's
puppy.
Steele puppy. Let's talk about why Marylanders should send you to Washington, Lieutenant Governor Steele.
I think because, you know, this is a unique opportunity in our state's history. I represent the next generation of leaders who are prepared to take it a little bit farther, to work a little bit harder. We've got some real challenges ahead of us. I think, quite frankly, my opponent represents old Washington. He's been there for 20 years. It's been in politics since 1967. The world has changed, but not much has changed with respect to the condition of some in our community. You look at housing, you look at economic opportunity, you look at education, there's a stagnation that has occurred. And my concern has always been that we've been so blinded by party, we've been so blinded by labels that we forgot to work. We forgot to get busy. We forgot to get something done. And so I'm about going and getting something done. I'm going to go to Washington, and as I say to people all the time, I'm taking them with me because I want their voices to be heard in the halls of Congress. And, you know, that may sound a little, idyllic, a little pie in the sky, but it's real because that's how I approached my job as Lieutenant Governor, and that's how I'll approach the U.S. Senate.
You have already had a direct impact on economic opportunities in the state of Maryland while serving as Lieutenant Governor for Maryland. Can you talk about that, how you've been able to increase opportunities for small businesses and minority businesses?
Well, what we started with the notion that there was a problem. We acknowledged that there was a problem. And the problem was that with respect to the economic development playing field, it wasn't level. We talked a lot about getting job opportunities. We talked a lot about creating contract opportunities, but then you looked at the success in relation to performance and opportunity, it just wasn't there. There was very little success. There was very little connection to getting it done. And so I wanted to go in and change the paradigm, change the model that we've been using. We talk about a 25% goal. I told our state officials and the various departments that would be the floor at which small businesses would begin to build success and legacy wealth, which is something that I believe very firmly in. This little concept that talks about empowerment and ownership and opportunity. And so we reformed our small business enterprise efforts here in the state, you know, by bringing, creating a reserve pool for small business owners, a mentor-protege program, streamlining the process for certification, creating a system in which we can centralize the bidder registration process so that we can track how successful you are in accessing contract opportunities, putting in place a non-discrimination program with area banks so that we could avoid the redlining that goes on with a lot of our small business owners who are redlined because of whatever.
Sure.
So I think we put in place some stair-step changes that have, I think, transformed how we do business, particularly between the state and private enterprise. But most especially how private enterprise is doing business amongst itself, because what we then did was say, all right, let's look at the world. Let's go to Africa. Let's go to Israel. Let's go to China and establish economic relations and ties with those countries as well, or the continent of Africa as a whole. and make sure that Maryland businesses are able to compete not just locally but nationally and internationally. So I think it's time we take that and ratchet it up a notch, take it to the U.S. Senate, and talk about how we can put in place changes across the board for small business. I serve on the Export-Import Bank Advisory Committee. And over the last 2.5, 3 years, I've gotten them to focus on the small businesses within the state who want to do export, who want to do imports, but who have been locked out because they don't have the financing packages, they don't have the background. Now they have another avenue, is the bank of last resort, what we like to call them, to go in and to get the loans, the bridge loans, the micro loans, and other types of financial programs and instruments that they can use to take their product from here to any place in the world.